As we know, people like to have control, but none of us like to take the blame. So often we find ourselves walking these strange lines in life, trying to figure out when to be proactive or when to be reactive, and responding in whether or not we should be able to take the credit or risking taking the blame. The idea is, when does someone need to play offense, or when do we need to play better defense? You see, there are many in our world who are forced often into difficult reactive responses because of circumstances beyond their control. Whether it be the team of life that they have been placed on, they find themselves with inadequate teammates, equipment, or even interest. There seems to be an unfair advantage at play. Others have often been given all the advantages of the world and do not even go out on the playing field and really want to even it out, even if they could, because it would take away from their safety and their quality defense and offensive linemen that are protecting them to feel comfortable. You see, God, as someone who loves all of creation, is often trying to even out the playing field, even though it is human nature to refuse to want to give up our human comforts and wants. But God says to us, come on, let's all get together, let's try to actually talk it out. And yet we act more like Veruca Salt. God says, no, you are to participate. I have given you a gift of the Sabbath, but then we just start with the excuses. And ultimately, we find ourselves building golden calves in the wilderness, wanting to all of a sudden get a squirrel that we've never wanted before, worshiping in idols in exile, and even placing rules and needs of ours because of who we are, our sinful natures in front of God's love of all creation. We often hear more about the peace in our lives, in our close circles, and the peace that God truly has always wanted for all of us. And to admit the truth of those sins is to also recognize that we as humans are often selfish in nature. I mean, I say this even as I stand here. This is a confession. It's even a confession in the way that sometimes we try to balance it out by doing things. We do more things. We're going to go do something so that we can help the world. Because if we really stop and have to confess and face ourselves, it is much more difficult. It is more difficult to sit and be with God and care about God's creation in both big and small ways. That sometimes seems impossible. The most difficult gift to accept. I mean, as the Gospel of Mark reminds us, the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. But what happens when we don't accept that gift? When we ignore it? When we decide to busy our lives more so that it looks like we're still doing what God wants, but we're not really taking time to sit and confess and deal directly in the relationship that God is asking us. Well, if you look within the stories of the Bible, if you look within the stories of our history, at some point, what happens is something good, or something evil, or something in general will force us to shift. A person has a heart attack. Shift. An area gets hit by an unforeseen disaster. Shift. Your starting quarterback gets injured. Shift. A company goes bankrupt. Shift. Your temple, something in your life that is sacred, gets destroyed or changed. Shift. You're freed from the only home you've ever known. Shift. Your sins catch up to you, or God all of a sudden seems to find a way in both the good and the bad of people to slow you down. And even the scariest one out of all of these is God gives you what you actually asked for and wanted. What? You're actually giving me what I want? You said yes? And that moment comes and there is a shift. types of emotions that even the kids were able to connect to in today's story. How do we react in ways that create more good and bring more God to the world in the midst of difficult changes? How do we really use our faith when we have been knocked down? How do we stay centered when we finally got what we wanted, or not forget God in the midst of getting what we want? How do we deal with the tough questions of, like, why were we knocked down? Or why all of a sudden were we lifted up? Was it us? Was it God? Was it our team? Were we too much? Were we not enough? The peaceful moment has all of a sudden shifted in our world to be a good, bad, or indifferent. The bottom has dropped out, or the sky seems way too high, and whatever we are doing, it is not on balance. And this so often in our society is the point where many of us start finally engaging with God. God who has wanted, commanded, told us, shown us, said to us, I want a constant relationship with you your whole life. I have given you a gift for time and space to do that. But you haven't been paying attention. And so something has had to shift. But we know that shifts do not always actually mean that we have to have an earthquake. In fact, one of the most interesting things and most of the unrecognized things is that some of the most dramatic changes and shifts come in the everyday. Like having a child. Rumor has it people have children daily. In today's scripture, Zechariah and Elizabeth, they have actually played by all the correct rules of faith. They celebrated the Sabbath. They followed the commandments. They know God's peace. And yet even they are caught off guard when their world is about to shift. In fact, they are receiving what they've always wanted. And yet even as that happens, this shift comes with fears and questions and concerns. It has a list of ways they must balance proactive and reactive responses in raising their son in the way God intends. I mean, no pressure, right? This is what you always wanted. That's what you can hear God go, it's what you always wanted. Here, have a kid. And yet, this is not an earthquake. It's not a massive epidemic. It's a slightly older woman who's going to have a baby, a normal life shift. They proactively wanted this, and even better, this child John even comes with a set of personalized instructions from the angel. I mean, most of us, when we get pregnant these days, gets the newest copy of what to expect when you're expecting, or you read the weekly updates on what fruit or vegetable your child is currently at in size. But no, John came with a list of instructions. And so we have to realize that they're in this predicament. But in a lot of ways, this idea of pregnancy is a lot like Advent and Sabbath. Because you do have to slow down. Some people have to slow down in major ways due to medical reasons. But most of the time in this current society, most women just keep going. And you just keep going, but there is a major difference. And it's rarely named as such a dramatic shift. But your body is forced, as a female, to take Sabbath. It doesn't mean you stop, but it does mean that all of a sudden there becomes an awareness that something is happening that actually matters more than you. That this life is now treated as a sacred gift from God. It requires you as a person to eat better, hydrate more, take your vitamins, rest better, stress out less, and just live life a little bit better. You see, it doesn't stop life, but these are some of the aspects of proactively resting and creating Sabbath in your world to recognize God in the creation of something bigger. It's living life better, taking time to just be a little better in the midst of all that is there. To be the proactive part to find peace within ourselves. Even though the world is in chaos around us, we see beyond ourselves. And that is one of the primary purposes of being in Sabbath relationship with God, is to remind ourselves of worthiness, enough so to see beyond what our selfish needs often lead us to see. You see, Elizabeth and Zechariah were as prepared as anyone to recognize God in the midst of their newborn child. Elizabeth was even one of the first people to recognize Jesus as the special Son of God when Mary came to visit and her cousin was still pregnant. These women, especially Elizabeth, had really waited and prepared. She had lived the life that was a little bit better so she could be proactive in raising the person who was to also help prepare us to really be able to recognize and know Christ. John came and was the one who led the way to help others stop and look and recognize God's presence was in their midst through Jesus Christ. That something new was being created, that something good was shifting, but you will only notice it if you can slow down, pay attention, and not come in with what you expected, but expect the unexpected. So slow down. That's the crazy message of this entire sermon series, is to slow down. That is so counterintuitive, as we have said, of being in today's society, especially at this time of year. So often we only slow down when it's a reactive response, but God says, don't wait for the major thing to happen that slows you down. Be proactive. Be proactive as you prepare yourself in this Advent season. Be proactive and slow down enough so that you can find ways of real peace, ways of a real God who will support you through all the shifts in life. And be proactive in seeing beyond yourself to include yourself within God's amazing creation. Sabbath is the gift that is given to us so we can take the time needed to really experience what it means to welcome the Christ child. That gift that is not just for us, but is a gift for all people. It is a gift that shows us the beauty of creation, and so we slow down, we find peace, we say no. We take our Sabbaths, because in that, in making that space, in accepting that gift, we will finally be able to go to Bethlehem and experience the presence and be in the presence of the